Welcome to Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes. This is Grand Arena, the first match of Week 2, Season 36, and we are starting this week off in Kyber 3. We had climbed up to Kyber 2, but in that final match of last week, we were knocked down to Kyber 3 with a loss, so we will be working this week to rectify it. We do have a number of new things to cover this week with Dr.Aphra unlocked on my account, and a number of changes to my offensive and defensive strategies. We're going to start with a quick recap of how my defense performed. So right up at the top, my Jawa I want to highlight here because I intentionally put bad characters with my Jawa. We don't have Bosch, we don't have Skiflando, we don't have Curzanton, and it's because I don't have the ultimate or relic on Jawa. He wasn't going to win anything anyway. All I was hoping for is that he would draw out a GL, and he did his job. He was not going to stop SLKR regardless, even with the proper Hut Cartel paired with him. So that is a great result. Another nice result is him attempting to undersize with JMK and timing out up against my Melgus. That is a nice result. And really up against Melgus, you should pair somebody who can cleanse some of those debuffs like a Padme or a Shak T. That's what I like to do if I'm approaching that particular counter. And for my Melgus to hold up to a Relic 8, JMK, I'm happy about that. Traya cleaning up, that's a win. Shak T losing to CLS, that's a nice result. I thought we showed Datacrons. Do I not have Datacrons on that squad? That's weird. Okay. I guess there's no Datacrons. Or maybe it's just not showing up for that squad for whatever reason. The rest of this was one shot, and he didn't attempt a fleet battle. In round 2, we are looking at Sith Eternal Emperor taking out Melgus. The same deal with Jawa, once again doing his job, drawing out a GL, which allows for my defense to not have to deal with as many GLs, or the rest of my defense. He attempted Bad Batch up against Qui-Gon. I have mix of Gear 11 and Relic characters on that squad, so that is a happy result. Mon Mothma cleaning it up. No surprises with a number of these squads. But you can see the need for me to improve my defense. I've had an intentionally weak defense for a long time to be able to win out some of these matches. This was a match I won by a single banner, so I was happy to see that he was not using too many solos, but he did use a few undersizes. Profundity failing here up against Executor. This is probably a lucky result. That just sometime, I don't know, maybe 1 in 20 attempts, an Executor will get a good enough RNG to win that. And the rest of this he clears. I win by a single banner. With round 3, this is the one that I lost, but this is because I couldn't get through his defense. Partly because, and it's going to be relevant to this match today, is this guy had a number of really high-level Relic characters that ended up causing additional holds that my roster couldn't absorb because of the quality of the defense that he set down. So after some teams got holds, I had to use other high-level counters, and I ran out of high-level counters. And that might happen today. We'll break that down in the bracket in just a moment. You can see once again Jawa eating up a GL. Bad Batch once again losing to my Qui-Gon. That's a great result. Old Republic cleaning it up. Wampa. And these are some standard and non-surprising counters. And then the rest is easy. So I've been testing out the Scythe and the Chimera, but I really want to have one of them on defense because we used to get holds, and now we're not going to get holds with the Radis. It is just not powerful enough. So let's head to the bracket. Today my opponent is Badly. He is in a much larger... Today my opponent is Badly, and you can see from his GP how some of those relics are going to affect this match. That is a very large GP. Zetas are fairly standard. We are looking at a low level of Grand Arena Omicrons though, so that's a slight break. He does have 6 GLs, and Look here at the relic units, 195. That's nearly as many just gear 11 and higher characters that I have. He has almost 100 more relics than I do. This could potentially be very rough for me, and that's what I'm worried about. And you can see we don't have the advantages in depth that we do. And in terms of just the depth of his roster, he's at the highest end of this bracket. The rest of the bracket is more typical stuff in that 120 range plus or minus that we typically see at this stage. We'll look at this in the hotbot a little bit more, but here is just a look at how his relics are distributed. They're all tier 5 and up. That's rough. There's 5 in tier 3. The rest though are all going to be problems that we're going to have to deal with. That could cause holds that mess up my strategy. 6-dot mods though, and his overall mod quality, this is a place where we start having some advantages again. You can see he has a lot of them, but the quality of them is a little poor, with only just shy of a plus 24 speed average on his top mods. His top 500 is fairly low, one of the lowest, the lowest in the bracket, at only plus 13.2 speed average. Then with his counts, you can see that he's basically half on everything. Half of the 25 plus, half of the 20 plus, half of the 15 plus. We have some nice mod count advantages and mod quality advantages that we are going to bring into this matchup. With Datacrons, my numbers here are a little misleading because I can't actually use 3 of my level 9 Datacrons, but he doesn't have any, and his counts are fairly low. For the rest of the bracket, this Flying J guy, and there's another player who is off screen, Jedi Master, they have the best Datacrons in... Actually, I'm going to show you Jedi Master because his is a little crazy, because Jedi Master here, he has 12 level 9 Datacrons. He's a player that if we get to the final round, we're probably going to be seeing him. With the GLs, 3 players have Jawa, Jedi Master being one of those 3 players. There are 3 players without Lord Vader, me of course being one of them. 1 player, surprisingly, no JML. You can see Jargi here right at the edge of the screen. And then only 3 with Rey. You can see these are probably newer players, newish players who started working on GLs a little later, because you can see the effects of the go for SLKR right away kind of advice that started seeping into the community very quickly. But I think a lot of the players who have Rey and no SLKR, for instance, those are players who probably went after Rey very early, because there's one player like that on the other end of the screen. Now, Melgus, 3 players without, including my opponent, which that's a nice advantage. You can also see he doesn't have Admiral Raddus farmed up, so that means he has no Profundity. He does have 3 Amis on Starkiller, no Ami on Savage, and he has not reapplied the Traya Ami, which gives him 1 less squad. There are only 3 players without the Traya Ami. I think you should put that on. In terms of the Savage Ami, this I think is a little interesting. There are only 4 of us with the Savage Ami. The 4 who do not all have Savage at gear 12, you can use it at gear 12. You're not going to beat CLS with it, but there's plenty of other squads that you can be beating with it. You can beat a number of Grievous squads with a gear 12 Savage. I am the only player with Dr.Aphra, and there are only 3 players in this bracket with Swolo. 2 of them are off screen, you can't see. This stuff is standard stuff fine, but you can see the relic distribution on these characters, all very high level relics. Some of this I want to do myself, but he has a ton of level 9 relics. And then there's a look at his fleet. The other thing from his history, really low participation, but he's already attacked, so I know how this goes, and he's already cleared we'll talk about that in a moment. We'll start with the hotbot, and then we'll break down his speeds. With the hotbot here, you can start seeing some of the advantages. Yeah, turn off that guy. He's in a smaller guild, but only slightly. Undersizes and clears, you can see his participation is lower. That's what that number is indicating towards me, especially the clears. That is a very low number. And it's a lot of this is why we are seeing this guy in Kyber 3 and not Kyber 2. Because he has the roster to be a Kyber 2 player. Not the mods, but he does have the roster for it. Then the relic analysis here, look at this. 12 level 9 relics, 22 relic 8s, and 73 relic 7s, 78 relic 5s. This could be punishing for me. And as we saw last week, this is the type of thing that could mess me up. Because that's how we got stuck against Radis last week. We had to go up against a roster like this, and it churned through a few of my counters where I needed to take 2 attempts, one too many times, and I didn't have what I needed left over to handle his Radis. Again, no Melgus, no Swolo. And then here's that. Jumping in here, take a look at his inventory, organized by speed. And let's see how many well-modded characters. And he only has 13. Shakti is the last one. Luke and Ninth Sister are at 298 and 297. So you can see the amount of characters he should have in that 300 range that are just shy of it. Still okay modded, but they should be faster. Now this defense, we got a little bit of help here. So with the banner total of 1709, you can see that we got some holds. This is in a range where we have a solid chance to win if we don't need to take too many attempts. So up top, I have made some slight changes. This new team, it's more of a placeholder for Admiral Trench. I'm probably going to be throwing him on defense after we do some testing. We got the Grievous squad. And really, what you could do these days if you have the right Datacron and the right relics is you combine the Newt and Grievous squads. That's actually getting a lot of holds right now, but I don't have the relics for it. Mon Mothma, I changed slightly. I took off Cara Dune so I could use her with Sana, and because I did that, I decided to just throw on all relic characters and place a Datacron with them, and knowing that they were going to probably lose regardless. So sacrificing the Cara Dune there wasn't really going to do me anything. Now here's where we get a little bit of help. Qui-Gon Jinn gets a hold. This might be that same thing where maybe this opponent tried to use Bad Batch like the other 2 guys from last week. This combination of Jedi might just be the right combination to stop a Bad Batch counter. Because we have been getting a good amount of holds for my Qui-Gon squad. Now I'm expecting Melgus and Jabba here probably took some GLs, and then I put my Maul on defense, and this is probably how I'm going to be using my Maul in the future, keeping CLS for offense. Partly that's because of Datacrons, partly that's because of how I think these squads are going to shake out a little bit. Like once, I would prefer not to use my Hondo with Maul. I could, but Watt is going to move over to a Trench squad, which means the Maul squad's not going to work in the same way. I think it'll work slightly better on defense. In the CLS squad, there's just more teams that can solo it now. Like Savage can solo it, and I don't want to have a squad, or I don't want to have too many squads that can be soloed on defense. And offensively, I feel like Maul and CLS do a lot of similar work. Now here, some real nice work out of my Admiral Radis. My Dash, this squad combined what was going on with my Dash squad and my BAM squad before. This is something that would be much better with higher gear and relics, but we're working with it. And my Iden squad getting a hold. So it's a really nice work from the back wall. We got no help up top here though. Oh, and never mind. I thought he one-shot it, but it took 2 shots up against Negotiator. That is great. But Radis is here is just filler. And again, I really want to have Chimera back on defense, but not until we really figure out the optimal way I want to be playing my Empire fleet. Now we need to deal with JKR lead. It's kind of nonsensical, a Maul squad that is not optimized, a dash squad which also is not all that optimized, a race squad that could give some problems. Down below, we're looking at SLKR, Starkiller, but without Visas, but with a Datacron, Darth Revan, and General Grievous. So we're a little concerned here about the Relics, but it is a defense that I feel like we can do pretty well up against. The only thing I'm concerned about is what could be on the back wall, because from his Grand Arena history, nobody got to his back wall. He had very low participation from his opponents last week, so I don't know what's back there. I guess I could have looked at you know what? Let's look at previous 5v5. Let me look at it quick. All right, I just looked at it, and I don't know what's going on with this guy. He keeps getting opponents who don't play him. There was one guy who got like 1,400 banners against him. It's looking like Iden and Mon Mothma. Maybe not a GL. There was Lord Vader in his history, though, so I think we need to prepare for Lord Vader just in case, although a number of the squads were a little different. But this was my concern, because if I do JKL up against SLKR, I'm probably going to need to two-shot it. And then we might be compromised a little bit. I'm also going to... We might have to do some risky things. Some very foolish things. We'll see how this goes. I'm going to start with General Grievous, and I'm going to Savage it, because I'm a little worried about some of the potential counters that I'm going to resort to. Now, where's that one with the basic? That was it. Do I have another one of these? I thought I had... Oh, I leveled... It used to be level 3. I took it to level 4, got another stat, and I got a defense stat with it. I'm doing this because I don't want to Wampa it, and the other counters could... They might be a little more risky for me. So let's auto. Because Wampa we're going to want to use elsewhere up against an Iden or a Mon Mothma, or... No, actually, no. I was considering doing Wampa up against Starkiller. That's very risky, though. And Shock T or my Bad Batch, they're going to take 2 shots. Night Sisters is risky. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Fine. Fine. Alright, we're going to do this one now. That has not happened with my Savage yet. Maybe we need to be a little bit more careful, but it is a Relic 7 Droideka, and we don't usually face Relic 7 Droidekas. Now what I want to look at here is whatever Datacron he has on it. So he's going to get extra offense and speed. But he's modded poorly. Because the thing is, the way that I have this planned out, we're going to be using that... I guess I was going to use JML up against his Darth Revan. I'm going to do it. Because I also want to test out a theory. And we've already lost the battle. So the theory... is this will win for me if I am using a lot of tenacity. And I don't actually know if that makes a difference or not. But I want to know. But he does have 3 Amis on the Starkiller, which means he can dispel. I guess that's an AoE dispel. He could always dispel. I'm going to do it anyway. Okay. So we've landed a lot of debuffs. We've got ability block. We're going to lose. That theory is not accurate. I was hoping that data ground would make the difference. Okay, we're fine. Alright, let's get serious now. This is just going to be a JKR counter. Which for my JKR has always been a little risky, but I think we do need to resort to it. Here's the problem though. It's Relic 9 SLKR. And we haven't done it up against a Relic 9 SLKR. And I have a Gear 11 Bastila, so I can't use Data Crowns with this squad. But I think I need to do it anyway. Definitely after those first 2 losses. We're doing it. Oh, and we already messed up. I'm just getting out. Because it was JKR lead. I am off of it today. Alright. See, this is something that'll happen. I'll get a little shaken up. But when things don't work out the way that I want them to work out. Alright. So I've probably blown this. Let's see, though, if I can find a way out of it. We're going to start up here with Starkiller. But again, this is another one of those squads where I just don't have all the relics that I need. But we're doing it. Okay. I'm going to stay focused on Ray. I'm going to hit these staggers, though. Okay. Let's see if we can trigger a few more damage immunities. I'm going to call Starkiller for the assist. I guess I could have called, what's his face? Palpatine. Don't love it. Great. Come on. All right. So that's the first thing that worked out. Now we got Maul, JKR, Dash. We're at a point though where we're kind of just trying to clear. Technically, if I could still get through this in one, we could win, but we got this SLKR squad and the Starkiller squad to deal with, and this Darth Revan squad. We can get to the back wall. But if it's a JMK, it's gonna be, or not a JMK, if it's a Lord Vader, well, I guess technically we have Lord Vader for that. Or not Lord Vader, Grand Inquisitor for that. But the bigger problem is JML's not gonna work up against Starkiller. Which means I kinda need to use a JML here, and I just completely neutered my Jedi. Which means we're looking at something like this to deal with a Relic 9 SLKR. I am just off it today. Because gas, we can't use gas. I could consider Kenobi. I don't think it's the way to go. I think we gotta risk this. Alright. I'm gonna hate all of this. Okay. Let's take a free hit. Partially free hit. Spread the buffs. Come on, go down, Sith Trooper. Terrible. Terrible. Don't die. Do not die. Okay, fine. I'll take it. Don't. Oh my god, man. Give me a miracle. Who's alive? Okay. Yeah, that's about what I was expecting. Alright. Now we have to resort to this. So what I should have is General Grievous. I just don't have the relics on those characters, which is why they're on my defense. And now I'm using my second GL in a very unideal way. We're going to use Padme here. Yeah, armor tenacity. Okay, fine. Do I have to? I feel like if I wait for it, I'm just risking being stuck behind it again later, so we're going to do it. I'm going to try and eliminate Palpatine. Maybe I should be going after Starkiller, but if we can eliminate Palpatine, we're just going to handle it like this, because now we don't have to worry about the assists, but he's at 73, which is a problem. Sure. All right, we're good. Fine, we'll do this. I'm going to blame my performance on the NBA trade deadline, because that's all I'm really thinking about right now. Because tomorrow, I mean, by the time I post this, it'll be today. But I'm recording this the night before, and it's the best day in sports. It's already started. Like, as of this, Josh Hart for Cam Reddish and a pick has happened. The Lakers trade has happened, with Conley going to the Wolves and D'Angelo Russell going to the Lakers, and Westbrook heading to the Jazz. Alright, now we want to handle this. Now we have a huge problem with Darth Revan, because I was going to use JML there. Thing is, we kind of have to use gas, and I don't even think my gas can win this. I mean, he should. Because there's no Datacron. Still, I could feel better about it. What do I want for this? I think defense and protection. Let's do this. Okay. I shouldn't. I got out of the habit of doing tenacity up, and I think for this match, that's a bad idea. Because when you're going up against like a Rolo and stuff, and I guess maybe it's more since the redesign of gas, maybe it's fine. You can see how bad these mods are though. This is going great because of the modding. Whoa! Durant to Phoenix just happened. That is nuts. Okay. See, this is why I shouldn't be playing during the NBA trade deadline. I need to know who was part of that deal. Yeah. Let's pull up Shams. I'm gonna hit auto. We're gonna figure that out together. Or do we want Woj? Let's go for Woj. Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson. That is not good for my fantasy team. I've got Cam Johnson, and I don't think Cam Johnson's going to be getting a lot of minutes on that Nets squad. I'm gonna have to drop him. And I'm glad I didn't make a move earlier. I was going to drop Kyle Anderson from my squad, and I don't think that makes sense anymore. Oh my god, what am I doing right now? This trade has completely derailed me. What am I yeah, I was gonna do. I'm a little concerned about doing this with preloaded turn meter, but we're gonna do it. It's gonna be very interesting to see what Marin does to this squad. I'm wondering if they're gonna design him in a way that forces us to relic zombie, because I really don't want to relic zombie. Part of the reason I chose the Night Sisters for this is they were probably going to have the best shot up against the lost turn meter, or the preloaded turn meter. It may even help them, ultimately. What I need... Oh my god. Can you not have such terrible mods? I need you to take out Talia or somebody. Oh my god, just take somebody out. I need to drive my stacking. Okay, good. Good. I'm gonna bring him back. I know I'm not feeling confident yet with the amount of stacked health. So I'm gonna do it again. I'm not feeling comfortable. We're not there. Okay. TJ Warren was part of that deal too, and 4 first-round picks. That is a haul. I needed to not do what I just did, but this is what I mean by that split focus that I've got going on right now. I'm going to do an AoE. Yeah. Perfect. We finally got one. Fine with it. Let's bring him back. Oh my god, this... No, no! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, jeez. Fine. This is not great. This Droidica. Oh my god, this Droidica is causing me problems. Taking out my Savage and now doing this. This is Relicate Grievous. You think my Bad Batch can clean this up? Do I have to resort to JTR Swolo? Is that crazy? I don't think it is. I think we're going to JTR Swolo this. And... maybe this is a bad idea. Because the preloaded turn meters, they're just going to wipe out the heroes. I guess I could maybe bring in Hondo. I'm just going to hope we get lucky on cooldowns or something. Because otherwise we are... Yeah, we did get a little lucky. Otherwise we are bringing in the Bad Batch, which I think is going to be a mistake. Yeah, we're going to have to Droidica. We'll pull the turn meter. Okay. All right. Back in business. And we're gonna. We got it. We got to clean this up with CLS, which really compromises everything I wanted to do. Offense crit chance. Crit chance. I don't have crit. Let's do that. I wish we had another cleanup option for GLs. Maybe? Alright. Okay. Let's check out this back wall and see how screwed I am. Alright, we got Iden and Mon Mothma. Since they're not showing Lord Vader, probably not him. Jawas. Interesting. Okay. We're gonna clear this. It's gonna be a mess, but we're gonna clear this. Alright. No, we're gonna have fun doing it. We're already in this situation. We're gonna do dumb and fun stuff. And what that means is we're doing Jawas up against Maul. That's what dumb and fun means. Right. Is that the one I wanted? Yeah. It's no fun. And that's going to give us a ton of preloaded turn meter. Okay, so what I think this really means is this has to be where I use the Grand Inquisitor. Because I don't think anything else can beat that at this point. Which is going to complicate my JKR counter, because JKR... I mean, he's old, but after we deplete all these other counters, we have limited options. Let's think about this, actually. Let's think about this. No, it is... I'm feeling... It is really... I really wish we had Savage for Iden. We got some problems here. Because Iden... Could we do something crazy like Holdo? No, Holdo could get death. Oh, no, this no problem. We're good. He made a huge error. Huge error. Well, one, I don't know if he has the Ami on Iden. Does he not have the Ami on Iden? At all? Yeah, no Ami on Iden and Dark Trooper. So that means Iden's not really going to function as intended, which means we can do other things with it. And there's no Death Trooper to mess things up. So we can actually have some fun with it. And I think Sana, does she have synergy up against this stuff? I know Admiral Radis does. What squad are you supposed to be for? I don't remember. How am I supposed to use you? That is what SWGOH is for, that who to attack option. Who do we attack with you? Well, apparently she can beat Maul if you pair her with Han and Chewie, which I don't have anymore. But it actually seems like our best option is Mon Mothma, so let's try that. We'll do something else up against Iden then. I'm a little concerned because I don't have everything I need for this. Why can't you just be in that list of characters? Alright, so we are going to do Rolo, Captain Han, Stormtrooper Han, and Cara Dune, I believe. Now this works, and it works well, apparently, but I'm guessing it's with higher level relics on some of these characters, so we're still going to give it a shot. I was thinking about using this squad up against Iden, though, because Cara Dune can stun troopers. But this squad is going to be harder than the trooper squad because there's nonsense synergy on it. So we're going to do this. Okay. This is the first time we're working with a Relic Sano, because last week she was at Gear 11. It's only Gear 12 Stormtrooper Han. He's going to go down quick. Now we got Cara Dune. And I'm not feeling super confident. Yeah. Nope. This is a no. I think this is going to take relics I don't have. Yeah, no. Yeah, we're leaving. We gotta also figure out where we're gonna use Dr.Aphra. You know what I just remember we have? We have Traya. Can Traya beat Maul? I guess I don't know. Traya can definitely beat Mon Mothma. And with the early going of Dr.Aphra, everyone's using her up against Jawa, so that doesn't really help us. They also use her up against Grand Inquisitor. But I think what we need to keep in mind is I don't have the Omicron on my Dr.Aphra. I set up a preset for this because I knew it was going to be annoying. Let's see here. We're going to go for it. This still could get us hurt. I don't know. The speeds on my Aphra aren't great yet. And she's only gear 10. This is going blind. Okay. You know what? Oh, we got tons of turn meter. We're going to do this. Good. Yeah. Let's just auto. Okay, that was fun. We got options. Jawas though. All right. I got some ideas. I'm going to do troopers here. I think it's risky, but I also think it's my best shot. My only concern about using troopers here, well, it's not my best shot. Grand Inquisitor is my best shot, but that's going to mess up Maul. I'm fairly certain I'm going to have to resort to Maul. I guess, what kind of bounty hunters do I have right now? No, Revan's going to beat that. I guess maybe with Zam. I think this is a little risky, and it might be my better Jawa option. So I'm a little concerned about doing it. Because up against Jawas, I mean, Bad Batch are kind of what I'm thinking up against Jawas. Yeah, we're gonna go for this. Okay, we're gonna, I think T3 and 4, but maybe actually Karth will be easier. Karth's pretty easy to take out. T3 I think is going to cause more problems. Awesome. Okay. Let's dispel the tenacity. Let's get some turn meter train going. And we will eliminate Revan, one of his savior. Should have thought about that. Forgot about that bonus turn, messing up my stuff. Oh, Jolie. Jolie's gonna revive and mess me up some more. You might be fine though. Oh, take him out. Come on. Yes. Alright. We are clearing this board. Can't believe I have to wait until the morning to listen to people talk about this trade. This trade is nuts. It's not completely a surprise. People were talking about it as a possibility, that they were interested. The Phoenix Suns just got a new owner. And new owner, there's a thing called new owner syndrome where new owners want to make big splashes. So all that kind of fit into things, but still. All right, let's do the Datacron. What am I doing? Yeah. Go after him. No. Yeah, I want to cleanse. I want to get rid of the... I probably should have done the torture, but... I'm a little worried about this. The moving taunt is just going to be super annoying. The recovery is going to be a problem. We're going to revive my ninth sister, so that's not a huge concern. At least not yet. Alright, this daze is going to be pretty important, because right now I am barely making any progress. Yes. Awesome. Awesome. Let's definitely heal up a bit. Okay, we're golden. This is why I knew I had to resort to this after all the early match disasters didn't go my way. What are the other new characters? We have Sana and Hua. Oh, it was Finn and Zori. Which, okay, we got an Ami here going on. So everyone's going to have prepared, but it doesn't really matter with these characters. So what do I want to do? I'm going to be careful with that one. We're going to do Bad Bat's Jawas right now. I just want to clear this guy. I want to clear this guy. All right. This is going to be contingent on the speed. I think we're going to be good. Okay. Awesome. We've won. Perfect. I don't know why I'm targeting him. It's fine. Yeah, see, if this guy had good mods, this probably wouldn't have worked, but he doesn't have the best mods, so I felt like we had a good shot with this. Alright, so Traya is how I'm probably going to handle that. And it would have been fun to use Traya up against Maul, but we were not in a position to do that at this stage of the match because I have very few counters left. And with what we have, you know what, let's have fun. We're here to have fun. Let's do Zori. No. The problem with Zori is Dash is not the team to do it up against because Dash's AoE is going to wipe it out. We can't do it. Now, bounty hunters. What if we... The only reason I'm thinking Fennec lead is because I can throw Hondo in here, which would accomplish other things that I want to do, because otherwise I'm putting Hondo with who? Because I want to use Hondo, to be clear. Let's just do it. Let's have some fun. Alright, we're going to go in. Show the world what you can do, Hondo. We are going to throw this on... Honestly, it should be Dash, because Dash is going to take a turn quick. Okay. I'm going to call the assist because she's probably just going to die before we get the chance. Yeah. Don't die. Don't die. Everybody, do not die, man. Don't die. Okay, good. Great. Okay. Okay, okay, okay. Come on. Don't die. Don't die. Don't die. Let's do this. Let's do this, Hondo. Come on. No, not yet. Yes, come on, Hondo. Scared, a little scared. Alright, we do the capture. Alright, we should be good now. We got past the scary part. I'm a little concerned about Nest. I don't know if we can get through Nest. But this is why Hondo's awesome. And it's also why I'm not convinced I want to use Hondo with Maul, because it's kind of... I mean, this is low banner stuff, so... Let's just take Nest out. So maybe this isn't stuff that is worth doing. But this is pretty cool. Like it does require a sacrifice that's arguably not worth it. But I like that we can do it. I'm probably taking him to Relics 7. This is a pretty disastrous full clear. Kind of a fun one, though. I should have chose Trooper. I think that triggered the Annihilate. I don't know if we got... That definitely triggered the Annihilate. I'm going to have him at Relics not soon, but it's going to happen in the relatively near future because I am working on Sith Eternal Emperor now. I'm going to recover a little. I guess it doesn't matter to recover protection. I didn't need to do that. Waste a revive. Really, I should just auto this. I'm going to auto and see what other insane things are going on. This is nuts. This is hilarious. The Brooklyn Nets went from Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie Irving. And even Karis LeVert and TJ Warren. And now they have Ben Simmons. And they have Nick Claxton. But they also lost Jared Allen. Like, it's astounding. And the thing is, I don't think they have a bad GM. The draft picks that they've made to get themselves into the situation to even acquire Kyrie and KD and make the trades that they made, like they were making a lot of smart moves, and you have to go and get players of the level of Kevin Durant and Kyrie, but you just hitched yourselves to players that are very unreliable. Even KD. Like KD, if you listen to interviews with him, he gets a little like defensive. Like you can't ask the guy questions. So let me talk about what we're thinking here. We're going... Excuse me. I guess we're going to do... It's just this Akbar team doesn't really exist anymore. But it's still not bad. This is where we're going to use the Empire. It's just... I really don't want to use the TIE Bomber. It's just, I guess, with the Sith ships, hopefully what we get with the Sith ships is just where you're using the TIE Interceptor. Because if you're using the Sith ships, I'm imagining going to take Vader. Maybe not. And this stuff is just... This stuff's a mess right now. Because I don't want to... I want the TIE Bomber to stay with the Chimera until things are clear, because it's good with it. Like, you can have a decent defensive fleet. Let's do it without. This is foolish. Because I want the rest of these ships... Like, I know this is not a good version of this fleet. We're going to do it. And the reason I want something like this to function and work is so that we can still have that Chimera on defense. Because we're not going to do higher level counters with this. Like, we can't bring this up against the Profundity, but there's plenty of other ships we can bring this up. We don't need it to beat the Profundity, except if... Except we do need it to beat the Profundity if both the Profundity and Executor are placed on defense. Then we're using, like, Profundity and the Scythe to take out something. But with the changes that they've made, I don't know, I gotta do some studying and thinking about how I want to play this. Are you guys even gonna take out anybody? Because I gotta bring the TIE Defender out. Okay, good. Kinda good. Alright, Defender, here we come. We got a, what, Gear 11 pilot on the Defender. Yeah, let's just do the AoE. That was terrible. This is going horribly. Okay, that's better. Can we take you out? Awesome. Sure, let's do it. Dude, this is pretty fun. See, this is what I wanted, even though I'm never going to see Akbar again. Because then Chimera can be on defense and I don't have to deal with the nonsense that my Radis provides. What is going on with this Mace fleet? Alright, we are gonna... I'm just gonna blow this up and move on. Oh, man. We're gonna do the Raven's Claw later, next. But we'll take this one seriously. Okay. Not the greatest. I guess I can't call you guys to assist right now, right? Not a fan of that. Awesome. Yeah, and this is why I don't have the Phantom. I just think it's way more valuable to call in the assists. That's kind of fun. At least it was a challenge and put up a fight. What are we doing? Let's do Chimera. I was going to do Raven's Claw, but this will be better up against the Rebel ships. See, I guess I could technically put the Malevolence on defense, but I think it would depend on... No, it really relies on my opponents not going all out on defense. I like the flexibility. There's some of these other options that are created by having the Malevolence. If I don't, then I could be in a compromised situation, depending on how my opponents play things. I just got to beef up some of these other pilots so that you have more fleets that can handle higher level things. You know, it's a loss, but it's a full clear, and I'm pretty happy with it. We tried some risky things to start, because we didn't know what was going to be on that back wall, and we had some tough relics to confront, but we've still found a way through it, and I think that's good. Just with more clarity on that defense, maybe we could have planned out the offensive counters a little differently and been able to do that with a couple fewer attempts and get that full clear. But I think that Relic 7 Droidica really punished me in some ways I didn't expect. By the time you watch this, NBA trade deadline is going to be over, but that is all I'm doing for till it happens. I am completely distracted right now, and that's all I care about. So thank you for watching. Be safe out there, everyone. Be excellent to each other. This is Still Plays Galaxy of Heroes.